Hey guys, Jared Griffiths here, and I'm going to review the 5th film in the Fast and Furious series, Fast and Furious 5, or in America it's called Fast 5. Yeah, I should mention all the films onward except for the 6th one all have different titles in England than they do in America. In America the 7th one is called Furious 7, here it's just called Fast and Furious 7. In America the 8th one is called The Fate of the Furious, and here it's just called Fast and Furious 8. I honestly kind of prefer the UK titles because they have a more consistent naming structure, but I will say one problem I have is that it's called Fast and Furious 5 without the thes, and I will say it does, Fast and Furious 5 rolls off the tongue a bit more than The Fast and the Furious 5, but my problem is that Fast and Furious without the thes is the name of the 4th film, so it makes the title of the 4th film even more confusing than it already was. So basically Brian O'Connor and Dominic Toretto and Mia Toretto and all those guys, they're on the run from the law. It's picks up exactly where the last film left off, where Brian saved Dom from the bus that was taking him to jail, and Brian O'Connor, he's a policeman, but he stuck up for him because he thinks that Dominic Toretto is a good man, and he's in the right, and basically they escape to Brazil, and basically they plan a massive heist, and they get some help from Tej and Roman from Too Fast, Too Furious, which is really cool that they brought them back, and they are much better characters in this than they were in Too Fast, Too Furious, and basically they help them, and I love how they got the characters from the 2nd film, and also Han from the 3rd film to come in. It's kind of like a crossover between the 1st film and the 2nd film, really. It's kind of like the Pink Panther films, the 2nd one, A Shot in the Dark, had all completely different characters except for Inspector Clouseau, and then Return of the Pink Panther had the characters from A Shot in the Dark, but also brought back Charles Litton from the 1st film, and also the Pink Panther Diamond, which is from the 1st film. But so this is the sort of change. This film was the sort of change in direction, to have them be less about street racing and more of a heist film, and wow, it is just amazing, this film. It has more insane action, and it's just a lot of it's very silly, but it's so fun to watch. I mean it's almost half an hour longer than the previous 4 films. The first 4 films were about an hour and 40 minutes. This one and the others forward are about 2 hours and 10 minutes, and it never drags. It never feels like it's outstayed its welcome. It's just so fun from beginning to end. I will say also another introduces another big character in the series, which is Luke Hobbs, played by Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, who's basically an FBI agent who's trying to stop Dom and his gang, and later on he realizes that they're good guys, and he's fine. He's fine with them, and they work with him in the later films. And I will say Dwayne Johnson, I do like him, but I think later on he became a better actor. I don't think his acting is very good in this film. I think at the time he was more known as a wrestler than an actor. Nowadays he's a more famous actor than a wrestler. But I'd say in the 6th film his acting has gotten a lot better. But he is. I've seen a lot of people really praise his acting in this film. I didn't think he was that good. I think in the 6th film his acting gets a lot better. But yeah. Also, I forgot to mention, in the 4th film we have Gal Gadot, or Gal Gadot, who of course would later be Wonder Woman, as you all may know. So that's quite interesting. Yeah, I think Roman, the character of Roman Pearce, played by Tyrese Gibson, he is so funny in this movie. I mean, when he has the identity of Brian O'Connor, it says Caucasian, and he's shown it to the guard, and the guard notices it says Caucasian. He says, "Oh, this is just a tan," because Roman is black. Yeah, I thought that was funny, but yeah, it's just really one of the greatest crazy action films of all time. And the soundtrack to this movie is just amazing. I mean, I love the song in the end credits. That's How We Roll. The song That's How We Roll by Don Omar, featuring Gadot, Reek Davilan and Busta Rhymes. That's a really great song. I love it. Like, that's how we roll, we roll like this. That's how we roll. That's so great to listen to. And just like the 2nd film, Ludacris, who's Tej in the films, he did a song for the soundtrack called "Furiously Dangerous," which is featuring Slaughterhouse and Claret J. But yeah, really great soundtrack, and it's such a good film. This, check it out, definitely.